If you love to see brand new ink pads, especially ones from Catherine Fleur Designs, then this video is for you. Hi everyone, I'm Rebecca Keppel. In today's video, I'll be sharing the two new colors from Catherine Fleur Designs. These are great pastels. I absolutely love them, and a pastel pink and pastel green go so well together, especially in the summer. So first, let's swatch out these new colors so you can see how they look. First, let's take a look at the stamps and dies that I'll be working with today. This is the Swim, Sip, Repeat stamp set. There are dies that are available to cut out all those cute little elements like the floaties. This is the Take a Dip shaker die set. So you can create a pool, you can also turn it into a shaker. And of course, for a shaker, you need some sequins. So this is the Saint-Tropez sequin mix. Gorgeous summery collection. So now let's take a look at those inks. First up, we have Pistachio. I'm using one of the stamps from the Swim, Sip, Repeat stamp set and stamping it out. And when I do that, when I stamp out a new ink, I like to stamp out inks that might be close to it just so I can see what colors will go with it, what colors are very different from it. Now it's hard to see in camera, but the Minted definitely is more blue than the Pistachio. And let's also take a look at another color that's in sort of that line and stamp that as well. Now this one has almost a little bit of a grayer or muted look to it. And you can see all three are definitely different. The Pistachio has that pastel bright look to it. So first I stamped Sweetheart underneath the Pistachio, and then let's stamp a couple of other pinks that I have. I have Sparkling Berry, and then I also have here Pink Champagne and Pucker Up. And you can see those are all very different than the Sweetheart ink. So definitely, these are new pastels. These are bright pastels that will go along with the rest of your inks, even if you have colors near it. Now let's combine those ink pads with some new stamps and dies from the Big Splash collection. One of my favorite ways to use Catherine Pooler inks is a direct-to-paper swipe. So you can create your own background cardstock this way. I'm not doing the whole A2 piece of white cardstock because I just am cutting out the frame for the shaker of the Take a Dip shaker dies. And then I'll use Blue Raspberry. Now you can see the Pistachio is brand new, so it was much smoother. My Blue Raspberry needs to be re-inked. It kind of always needs to be re-inked because Blue Raspberry is my absolute favorite blue ink ever, bar none. So if you don't have Blue Raspberry yet, I definitely recommend it, and then grab the Pistachio and Sweetheart along with it. Then you get a nice pretty pink, pretty green, and pretty blue. So I'll also cut out the little elements for the pool. There's a slide, there's a diving board, and there are little steps to get down into the pool. And then I'll take that Swim, Sip, Repeat stamp set and stamp out the floaties. One is a flamingo, one is a unicorn, and I have some little sunglasses that I've stamped out as well. Next, I'll take a white piece of cardstock that I cut the pool out of, and I'll add some acetate behind it. Then I place the cutout pool onto the acetate so that I can place it in the background without having to ink up the whole background. So that's how I created the background of the pool, which is blue, and the sort of frame of the pool, which is the Pistachio color. Now, all I have to do is add some foam lines around the pool, and you don't have to do them just right to the edge. You can also kind of corner them off so that the sequins stay in the pool and don't go to the corners of the card. So I like that because then you see more of them more often. Then just peel off those liners and place that A2 piece of cardstock with the pool on it behind it, and there you have your shaker. Those shaker goodies are trapped by the foam liners. I added the floaties and some sunglasses to the flamingo, and then decided I actually wanted to stamp the sentiment on the outside of the card. Of course, that would have been better if I had done that earlier, but in the Mini Misty, it works just fine. For the second card, I am not creating a shaker, and I'm also just cutting out different colors of cardstock. So this time I'm using some Spellbinders cardstock to create the pool, the little frame around the pool, which is the edge of the pool, as well as the slide, stairs, and diving board. So I have a couple of different colors of cardstock here that go really well together. I like that Cosmic Sky cardstock on the outside of the pool. It's just a different look than the other pool that I created. And it's fun to see how you can use dies to create a shaker or just create a regular card without a shaker. And to be able to use dies to do both gives you a little bit more bang for your buck. The Suede Shoes ink from Catherine Pooler Designs really goes well with that Cosmic ink cardstock that I've used. I will double stamp it just to make sure it's a really great impression. And then I'll stamp a bunch of elements from the stamp set. This time I have one floaty, the flamingo. I also have a birthday hat, ice cream cone, little ice cream, and beach ball, as well as a radio. So I will use some small foam squares to pop these up all around the sentiment and the elements of the pool. This is going to be just a fun birthday pool with lots of goodies, listening to music, eating an ice cream cone. I love having the flamingo have the ice cream cone for the little flamingo floaty. And then I still will add some sequins. Even though it's not a shaker card, those sequins just add such a nice touch of shine and color to the pool itself. I recently bought for our pool some little floats that actually are lights, and that kind of reminds me of these little sequins scattered throughout the pool. So definitely check out these new colors of ink from Catherine Pooler Designs, as well as the Big Splash collection, and have some fun making cards and shaker cards.